While we wait for what's next for the Wisconsin men's hockey team, the Wisconsin women's hockey team is headed to the Frozen Four in Durham, New Hampshire. The NCAA tournament started Thursday at LeBron Arena, where St. Lawrence beat Penn State in overtime to set up a quarterfinal matchup with Wisconsin. The Badgers scored 16 seconds in. Casey O'Brien gave them the lead, and it remained 1-0 until the third, before Layla Edwards scored twice, Sarah Wozniewicz added another, and freshman goaltender Ava McNaughton made 25 saves in her NCAA debut, a 4-0 shutout victory. Now the Badgers take on the Colgate Raiders. I'm Brian Posick, and head coach Mark Johnson joins us next on the Badger Hockey Digest.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Camry, RAV4, or Tundra Hybrid.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
Well, Mark, congratulations to you and your Badger hockey team. 15th Frozen Four in 21 years as head coach. It's awfully hard to get there, and that proved to be the case Saturday against St. Lawrence. It's a 1-0 game until the third period. That was probably a little too tight for you, wasn't it?
Well, it was a little uncomfortable, but at this time of the season, you know, all the teams that are still playing are good, and they're playing for a reason, and so each team presents their own challenge, and certainly St. Lawrence, they're a transition team. They want to create turnovers in certain spaces on the ice, and then they attack you. So it looks faster than it might look on film. So they presented a challenge, but we've been challenged, and it's been a good season. And now we're down to 4 teams, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel because the season's going to be over Sunday. Somebody's going to be hoisting the national championship, and we're still part of that equation. So we're excited. We're looking forward to it. And as I've always said, that quarterfinal game to me is always the hardest one to win. And when we played St. Lawrence here, that was part of the process, but we got through it.
Yeah. Are you playing your best hockey of the season right now?
At times we're playing very good. I mean, obviously when we beat Ohio State in our league playoffs, we had a very good game. When we played them at home a couple weekends before that, the first period Friday night, we were really good. We probably played our best period of the whole year in that period. They came back and just reversed us on us in the second. But, if you can bring those things together and do it for 60 minutes, that's where the space you want to be in. So we've had some good experiences the last, 4 or 5 weekends, and hopefully that'll take us into Friday night's game against Colgate, where the players aren't fully relaxed, but their minds are in a space where they can go out and play to win. And there's a big difference between playing to win and playing not to lose. And if you're in that space where you're playing to win, then you're generally going to play a really good game.
Yeah. With team accomplishments come individual accolades, and I know it's all about the team right now, but 2 young ladies that you'll have with you in New Hampshire this weekend are up for the Patty Kazmaier Award, and Casey O'Brien and Kirsten Sims. Both would be very deserving of that honor, wouldn't they?
They both had great seasons. Last summer they got a chance to skate together out at national camp, and you could see the chemistry amongst the 2 of them. That's why we moved Kirsten from center to right wing, and they've put together a great season. And so I call them 1A and 1B. You pick one of them, I'll pick the other one. You know what?
We're going to be okay.
With a really good player.
KK Harvey was top 10 finalist for the Patty Kaz. Lacey Eden could have been on that list. Britta Curl could have been on that list too. Let's take 2 minutes with the Badgers' senior captain, Britta Curl. Well, Britta, I couldn't help but notice how emotional you were on Saturday after you beat St. Lawrence in the NCAA quarterfinals. You've played so many games here, about 100 here at LeBron Arena. What was going through your mind at that point?
Yeah, I was just kind of looking around and kind of soaking in the time that I've played here, being next to my teammates, and just kind of overcome with emotion. The fact that I got to be a Badger and play so many games there, and that was my final one, so it was pretty sad.
Yeah, it was sad, but kind of bittersweet because you know where you're going
Yes.
after you won the
Yeah.
game to another Frozen Four. This is special too.
Yeah, I mean, to go out with a win like that, knowing that we get another opportunity to play for a national championship, that's what we wanted. So, yeah, it was a happy but sad moment.
Britta's been here for 6 years. Now, there was 1 year where she had residency with the U.S. national team, so she's only been in school for 5, let's say. But this is a long time to be in one place, especially as a collegiate athlete. Can you share with us some of the highlights on or off the ice that you've had at the University of Wisconsin?
Yeah, I mean, just starting with my freshman year, being able to, play with some of the great Badgers that have come through here, Annie Pankowski, Emily Clark, and learn from them, and then end it with the national championship. That kind of started off my career really well, and to win 2 more after that, obviously things that I'm going to remember and cherish, but just the moments off the ice, the bus trips and the plane rides and, playing hockey outside. There's just a bunch of stuff that I'm going to remember.
Yeah, and you've been part of special teams. You have already 3 national championship rings, and hopefully a 4th is coming. So what makes this team so special?
This team, I think, is just loaded with talent. I mean, we have a ton of explosive offensive players. You've seen, Kirsten Sims and Casey O'Brien, but even on the back end with Harvey, I think we just have so much potential in, transition. We're going to score some big goals, and then our goalies are playing well too. So it's going to be fun to watch us, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this is all coming to a close, and I don't mean to get sentimental with you, but it's hard not to think about, I suppose, right?
Yeah, it is. I've just had so many amazing moments here and people that I've met that I'm going to be friends with and carry on for a long time. And I've grown as a person too, I think. And so, yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better experience here.
Want to play?
Play High Chai Fortune Frenzy at Hy-Vee. Right now, buy a High Chai entree and win a prize in every fortune cookie. Prizes include free High Chai apps, free High Chai entrees, and you can enter to win big cash prizes like $220, $2,200, $22,000. Grand prize?
$220,000 in cash. Eat High Chai. Win free stuff. It's that easy.
Only at Hy-Vee.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Mark, you only had 1 captain this season. It was Britta Curl, and what a fantastic leader, excellent student. Wonderful person, and she's pretty cool too, right?
Yeah, she's she checks all the boxes as far as what you want in your leadership and somebody to captain your team. And so this is the first time we've had just 1 captain. We usually have a couple assistant captains, but our feeling this year was that let's put the C on Britta and let her take us where we need to go. And she's done that on the ice. She's had a great season. She's got a lot of points. She does a lot of little things for us that people don't notice. And then equally off the ice, she's just a quality person, and people tend to gravitate for her whether they need something or something might be going wrong, for some advice, all the little things that you want your players to be part of, and she creates a locker room that gives us an opportunity to be successful.
Yeah, the Badgers have had a very successful season with 34 wins, and they take on Colgate in the national semifinals on Friday, a rematch of last year's regional final in Colgate that the Badgers won and eventually won the national championship. So there's some familiarity there. Does that help you or not?
I don't think, that just gives, people things to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about coming down and playing, Friday night 3 good periods, and if you're fortunate to get into Sunday's game, it's the same thing. It's an opportunity, and they're prepared for the opportunity, and now can you seize on that? And that's what we're looking for. You're just focused on 1 game, 3 periods, and then moving on.
All right, looks like it'll be a lot of fun. Mark Johnson with us here again. The Wisconsin women take on Colgate on Friday after the first national semifinal. Ohio State and Clarkson at 3 o'clock. The Badgers and the Raiders at 6:30. Both games streamed on ESPN+. The national championship game is Sunday at 3 o'clock on ESPNU. And that'll be followed by the NCAA Men's Hockey Selection Show at 5:30 as well. My thanks to Mark Johnson, Stephanie Olson, Jay Williams. I'm Brian Posick. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,